Hello? Hello, hello? Testing? Testing? 1, 2, 3. Alright, just give me a moment here. Just sharing out the live stream. Give me a moment here. There. This game's gonna get finalized today. Chapter 10, December 26th, 1980. I awoke several hours later in a daze. I hear my pager beeping somewhere. It keeps beeping as I slowly regain my focus. By the time I'm fully conscious, the beeping stopped, not the pounding in my head. I find myself lying on the floor for some reason. My body feels like a lead weight, and my limbs are like rubber. No strength. My head's throbbing and my throat's hurting too. As my eyelids slowly open, I'm treated to a scene of utter darkness, punctuated by a single point of light. I don't know what the light is, but the sooner do I focus on it, that I feel a searing pain in my eyes, as I force them shut once more. Tears seep out from beneath my closed eyelids. What was that? Some kind of sleep spray? Can't come up with a better answer, so I try and think back to the moment it happened. Whatever that stuff was, it certainly did what the sprayer wanted. Who the hell did it, though? I try to stand, but then realize I'm unable. My hands and feet have been bound. Damn, they got me good. I've been tied up with rope. As I try to endure the pain from my eyes and my head, I attempt to lift my eyelids. I manage to focus on a dimly lit room. I regain my sight and manage to get myself into a sitting position. I look around. The light I saw before is the flashlight. Must have dropped it when I blacked out. Great. Now what? I'm not sure I'll be going anywhere like this. This is even tougher than I thought it'd be. Still, if I take it slowly, I think I can get a little mobility. There's a face on top of an unsteady looking table. I think I managed to shake the vase a little. Gotta get these ropes off me. I slam into the table using my body. Almost. Just a little more. Got it. Hell yeah. The shards of the broken vase are littering the floor. Right, now to put one of these shards to good use. I stretch one of my fingers out from beneath the rope and snag myself a shard. Come on. Sever the ropes binding me with the shard. How do you... Nah. Phew, those ropes were cutting off my circulation. Good to have the use of my hands back. I use my newly freed hands to untie my legs. Good, hobbling around on my ass for the rest of the night wouldn't be my idea of fun. Now we just need to find the Joker who thinks they can get away with this. I'm worried about Tony, too. First things first, though. I need to get out of this room. Like, goddamn, I live here. If I wanted to be bound, I'd get a kinky girlfriend over, if you know what I mean. Oh, hang on, don't tell me. Yeah. Okay, it shouldn't be much of a problem. Looks like there's something on the door on the other side jamming the door shut. Damn. Crap. I'm trapped in here. What the hell am I gonna do now? Well, this building's coming down anyway, so let's cause a little bit of property damage, shall we? Let's see. Some beat-up old chairs that are a little lacking in the stability department. Maybe I can use this chair. I'm sure I could put it to good use busting that door open. I'm about to go all WWE on that door. Alright, that door better say its prayers. Chair. Schwatter. Chirth. Fire. Time to try this chair out on that door. Yeet! Oh my god! Hooah! Damn, so that's what the people in the Titanic felt like. Looks like it did the trick. Damn. Busted a hole in that door. Time to get out of here. I stretch my hands through the hole and unbind the rope holding the... I don't think that's necessary. Holding the door shut. Huh? I'm on my feet as the debris from the broken door. Oh, wow. Happy little accidents. What's that? Something's lying on the floor beside the number plate for room 406. It's a piece of the door with the word manager written on it. So, room 406 belonged to the manager, huh? This is getting interesting. Oh no. Huh? That's... He's dead, Jim. Tony! Hey, Tony! Tony! Oh, God. What? Hey, are you okay? Oh. Hi. Is that you? Hang in there, don't rub your eyes. Right. My throat and my eyes feel like they're on fire. And my head. Ugh. What the hell was that stuff used on us? He said it was some kind of sleep spray, but all I can think of is like aerosolized chloroform or something. Who did this to you? Wish I could tell you, man. I was going past the elevator and all of a sudden something sprayed into my face. Knocked me out cold. I didn't even feel it when it hit the floor. You were hit with sleep spray. Just blink a lot. I don't believe this. Son of a... I'm in agony here. I think it's law enforcement grade stuff. You're lucky you've been out for most of it. How would he know? Actually, no, you know... Strike that. Of course he would know. Used to be a detective. Probably police issue or something. Just grin and bear it. You're not dying, you know. Maybe it's highly concentrated tear gas, who knows. A little more compassion would go a long way, man. Yeah, well, it wasn't just you that got taken down. They got me, too. Same routine with the sleep spray and everything. What? They got you too? What the hell is this? Just after you left, they sprayed me, knocking me unconscious. I can only think of two people who could have done this. Mags or Frank. Maybe it was most likely Frank because he left in a huff. He was like, stop this investigation. It's gotta have been him. Mags, I don't think he would get a hold of this law enforcement stuff if Kyle said it's law enforcement issue or comparable. I was tied up and locked in room 406. No way. I've only just got myself free and smashed my way out. You don't seem fazed. Does this kind of thing happen all the time back on the force? Can it, Tony? I wasn't on the SWAT team or anything. That'd be badass, though. How are you feeling now? Can't complain. It's a lot better than just now, that's for sure. Damn. And I kind of dragged him into this, too, didn't I? Yeah. I think I'm over the worst of it now. Good to hear. But who the hell would want to do this to us anyway? I guess it's somebody who didn't want us closing in on the Scarlet Star. Doesn't exactly tell us much. Yeah, true. Looks like I'm gonna be needing your help with one more thing then, Tony. Sure, no sweat. Gotta get our heads straight and get back into the game here. I wanna know who it is as much as you do. Let's go get him. Yeah, the crowbar too, man. Gonna go all Half-Life 2 on them, if you know what I mean. That's the spirit. Right, I just remembered. Did anything happen to the safe? Like what, they carried it away? Maybe it was bolted shut to the room or something. Same as when you left. We need to get back there for another look. No time like the present. Let's book it. And if anyone tries anything again, let's see them try and sleep spray my crowbar. Where is that thing anyway? It's over there on the floor. Well, that's your little friend, huh? Ah, Gmod specialty. I picked a crowbar up off the floor. Alright, let's get this thing done. Right. Was knocked out for 2 days, man. Well, not really, it's just... That's how long it's been since I live streamed this. What the hell, man? You really did a number on that door. I hate doors, man. It was nothing special. Oh, man. What? What's so strange? Nothing, I just think it's very you, that's all. What's very me? What I did to the door was nothing compared to you when you're drunk. Same things don't change, huh? That's harsh, man. Oh, some things don't change, huh? That's harsh, man. Right, let's do this. Yeah. Fun fact, there was actually a second way for me to open that door open. I had to go to the bathroom, grab a pipe or something. Is that pipe even still there? I think it's this pipe. Or something. It would have taken a lot longer, though. The chair, 2, maybe 3 good hits. That's all I really needed. Well, here we are. Time to get that safe open, Hyde. Right. What's a little rust? Alright, let's get busy with this crowbar. Okay, let's do this. Push the bar on 3, okay? 1, 2, 3! Come on, man! Don't just stand there, push! Okay, one more time. Damn. Got it. Nice one, Hyde! Come on, let's see what's inside. By the way, there was no danger of the crowbar breaking or a game over here. There's an old safe next to the wall. The door is broken off. So, did we find anything? Hold your horses, I'm still checking. The suspense is killing me, man. There's a small, square case inside. A case? Better take a look inside it. This is it. Let's get that thing open and take a look at all that. Nothing. Nothing, he says. What the hell have we wasted all our time for then? The damn thing's empty. That can't be right. Well, I'm not making this up, you know. So where the hell is the Scarlet Star? Beats me. Talk about disappointing. Oh man, after all that. Yeah, tell me about it. Hey, wait a minute. Take a look at that door. What about it? Well, look at how thick it is. Hell yeah, man. Imagine if the 406 door was thick, I don't think I'd have broken out of there. Pretty good security for a safe with nothing in it. It's actually kind of typical nowadays with safes having hidden compartments, so... yeah, that's almost unusually thick. I thought we'd be rolling in it by now. Hang on. Door reprised? What is that, past tense of pry? P-R-Y? And that word sticks to me because I remember a video game where I actually didn't know... it was a childhood video game that I played called Tiny Toons Plucky's Big Adventure, which I think was like a point-and-click-ish kind of title. Maybe I'll livestream it one day. I mean, it's pretty damn brief, and now that I think about it, honestly, it's not very good, but there was still some charm to it. I could probably easily beat it in like a couple of hours in one go. I remember the word pry was something that I didn't know about, and when I eventually figured it out, though, I remember making more progress into the game. You know, childhood games. Games that you had, like, when you were, like, 5 or 6 years old, and you struggle with it at first, but then little by little, you make more progress, and eventually you beat it, and you just feel so exhilarated. Being gamer, what's up, man? I didn't think you would want to miss this out, huh? The door we prized off the safe is lying on the floor. Let me recap what happened. I awoke several hours later in a daze. That's Family Guy, by the way. I was bound, my arms and legs, so I could barely move. I think I was knocked out with some sleep spray. I knocked over a vase on the table and used the broken shards to cut the rope. And then I yeeted a chair through the door to break it because it was locked from the outside. And then I saw Tony in the middle of the hallway knocked out as well. Woke him up, we grabbed the crowbar, pried open the safe, and here we are. There's nothing in the little case, but I was just playing Roblox and got your notification, so when I was done playing, I came here immediately. Yeah, man. I don't think this is going to be another 3-hour live stream. I hope not. I mean, I prepared just in case, though. Oops. The door's thick, and I didn't read that. There's some sort of opening on the inside of the door. Could it be? What is it? It looks like this thing comes apart. You're right. I can only think of 2 people that would have knocked us out. It was either Mags or Frank. I placed the crowbar into the opening and prized it open. It's like aluminum. That'll do. I never seen Tony. Tony Stark? Actually, his name is Tony Wolf. This looks like... What did you find? I helped him out, like in the first few chapters. He was a struggling musician, basically, and he had a bit of a temper. I helped him get on track, which is good, because he's basically like a friend to me now, to Kyle. I even gave him the $1,000 prize money that I want to help him make a demo tape so that he could, you know, make a comeback in the music industry. Tony, there's some kind of book hidden in the gap in the door. What? A book? Nothing shiny and expensive looking then. Hey, you'd be surprised. Some books can be quite valuable. I got a first edition Harry Potter book where something sells for like 100,000 or something. Or maybe it's The Wizard of Oz? Or I don't know, something. I know some books can be quite valuable. Unfortunately not, but at least we have something. We've got you to thank for it. So, what does the book say? It looks like a diary from the manager of Hotel Cape West. The manager's diary? Yeah. It belonged to Michael McGrath, the manager of the hotel. The man who knew the whereabouts of the Scarlet Star. Maybe we can still find it. Yeah, this is far from a dead end. So come on, what's in it? Huh. This is what's written inside. Nice penmanship, by the way. Written on December 17, 1967, after Kathy's funeral. Kathy, I still can't believe you're gone. Oh. Whenever I think of life without you, I am overcome with an intolerable sense of guilt. Guilt because I know the truth, Kathy. I know why you were killed. And it's all because of what happened on that fateful night 12 years ago. If I hadn't shot the safecracker who snuck into my office... Oh. If I hadn't taken the Scarlet Star from his dead fingers, then maybe you'd still be alive. Damn. Oh yeah, I noticed actually. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to attend. I was doing Postmates Fleet at the time. It was an hour-long live stream. I did leave a like though. I noticed you were... Let me see, there was this one map where it had a couple of plant enemies that I think throw ice projectiles. They seemed pretty powerful, actually. It's okay. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. Everything is connected to one night that happened 12 years ago. If only I hadn't shot the man who crept into the office to break into the safe. If I had not taken the Scarlet Star from his hands and kept it for myself, perhaps then none of this would have happened. So he shot my paw. I'm a prop stream again if I'm not playing Roblox. Oh my god. We kept the man's body in the chest freezer for 2 days. Then I had Mike and Peter take it to a downtown parking lot and dump it there. The blood-stained room was then converted into a guest room, and it was made off-limits from then on. Rarely a day goes by when I don't think about what happened that night. When I closed the hotel, my plan was to sever my ties with Condor as well. George said, the only way to escape Condor is to completely disappear. Of course you're well within your right to do so. Remember this. I can overlook certain things while we're friends, but not when we're strangers. But George knew. He knew about the provisions I'd made in order to start my new life. And he knew what had become of the Scarlet Star. I expected some sort of retribution. But Kathy, I never imagined it would result in your life being taken. Now that you're gone, the reasoning behind taking the Scarlet Star has gone too. And George, who took your life, even had the audacity to come to your funeral. Kathy, I now know exactly what I have to do. I have no intention of handing the Scarlet Star over to George, and absolutely no intention of forgiving him for what he has done either. You can rest easy, Kathy. You'll be avenged. I promise. Fuck. Safecracker in this diary. There's no mistaking it. It was my dad. It all happened 25 years ago in this very room. Dad snuck in and stole the Scarlet Star, only to be killed by Michael McGrath. And that guy died 3 years ago because of an illness. Will White told me so. Or, not Will White, Will McGrath. That's his real name. He was killed in this very room. Dad. Hey! Are you listening, Hyde? Tony? Snap out of it, man! Does it say where the Scarlet Star is or not? No. No, it doesn't. God, that must have been jarring for him. So we've got nothing. What now, Hyde? Right now, we need to get out of this room. Yeah, that's a good idea. I've already played and beaten this game, just so you know. I love what happens next. Well, this whole chapter, actually. Ouch! That sounded bad. Ouch! What is it? My foot hurts. I must have fallen on it funny. It still hurts now. My head's killing me too. What the hell was in that spray? You might as well go back to your room, Tony. But what about the diamond? You need to rest. I'll be sure to come and get you when I need you. Okay, man. You sure? Good thing I gave him the 1,000. Tony makes his way back to the hallway. Through the hallway. It's my pager. God, imagine if I was still stuck in there and this thing was still going on. You think they get worried? I'd better get back to my room too. There is a bear in this game called OMG Baronet Kid, and it's a... Wait, what? There's a bear in this game called OMG Baronet Kid, and it's a fat bear. I don't get it. Are you talking about Roblox or something? Oh, and what if that door was still locked? But then, would I have thrown a chair at it? I doubt it, it's made of metal. That probably wouldn't have worked at all. Yes. I feel like you're making a joke, I just don't get the joke. I'm sorry. Also, holy crap, it's dark. It is... 8 PM. I guess I was out for a couple of hours. It's actually impressive what light can do in this game. Everything just feels a little faded. The music, too. Time to give Rachel a call. Red Crown, how may I help you? Rachel, it's me. Is everything okay, Kyle? I've been trying to reach you for ages. Good to know she cares. Yeah, I got caught up in something. Oh? It's fine now. Don't worry about it. Well, okay, if you're sure. What do you want me for anyway? Or I'm sorry, what did you want me for anyway? I'll pass you over to Ed. It's me. I found out something about Frank Raver. He was heading up a Condor investigation 25 years ago, but was taken off the case. Ah, hell. Here we go. I already got that out of him. Seems he blames Hugh Speck for having him taken out of the action. He's been roaming around in this building looking for proof to link Speck and Niall. It's okay if you can't come to my streams. No, I'll be sure to try to. It's just, you gotta remember, I also work. I mean, I know a lot of people who live stream are like teens or something, maybe college students or something. I'm 27 years old. That's not to say I'm not able to. It's just to say that I also have my own priorities, but we'll try to make an effort to. He has he? Also, I found Michael McGrath's diary from 13 years ago on the 4th floor. In it, he says he shot a certain safecracker in this building 25 years ago in 1955. What? Yeah. There's more. The person who killed Kathy McGrath 13 years ago was the husband of the current owner. None other than George Patras. It's some pretty big reveals you've made there, Hyde. It certainly answers a few questions, but it seems I got a bit sloppy too. Just a little while ago, I was rendered unconscious and tied up. What the hell happened? I was investigating the 4th floor, and somebody sprays me with sleep spray. It was sleep powder. Or spore. That's pretty serious. Seems you managed to get yourself out of it, though. Yeah, just about. My head's still killing me, though. Seems there's somebody in this place who doesn't want the 4th floor investigated. Even though I saw 2 streams on this, it's so cool. Yeah, man, I mean, you really have to appreciate just how unique of a video game this is. For the Nintendo DS, by the way. The sketch art style, the way that you actually hold this game like a book, it works. You got any idea who could have done this to you? Yeah, I've got a pretty good idea. What's your next move? Let's just say that person and I are gonna have a little talk. Watch your back, Hyde. Sure. I mean, remember what I said about visual novels? It's all about the story with these games. That's what makes Phoenix Wright, so good. Of course, it's also because it's kind of like, honestly, it's kind of over the top of the courtroom stuff. Especially when you break down a witness or the killer or whatever and watch them literally break down in court, and it's hilarious. There's videos of that on YouTube. Okay, time to go and get some answers. Yeah, it's so nice. Have you ever heard of Siren Head? No, I haven't. Is that a Steam game or something? You remember how I said it was either Frank or Mags who might have sprayed me? I could actually talk to Frank, but interesting thing to note, he would actually give you a game over if you do. I guess I'm not quite ready to talk to him yet, but I don't know, it's like a misalignment of facts or events or something. Plus, I do end up talking to him later. It's like creepypasta thing. Oh, you mean like SCP, like Mallow? It's funny how people find that black dog with the bone face attractive. Honestly, she kind of is. Who is it? I hear Meg's voice from inside her room. It's Kyle Hyde. Oh, Mr. Hyde. Why so surprised? I'm not surprised. If you say so. Now open the door. I got something I need to talk to you about. Now's not really a good time. I don't want to see anyone at the moment. Don't want to see anyone? What's wrong? Was it something I said? Please don't misunderstand, Mr. Hyde. I know what you did. All of it. Now open this damn door. So basically it's a big figure with sirens for heads, obviously. Basically it plays these weird siren noises to alert people in, and then it eats them, and it's a force because it looks like... Oh. That's a horror game then, huh? No, I won't. I have no intention of letting you into my room ever again. I've also made certain discoveries. I know you snuck in here and stole the key, for example. Nice. What? Of all the things to take. And to think, you of all people took it. I must have been a fool to ever think I could trust you. Mrs. Patras. Just go, will you? Mr. Hyde. Frank. What are you doing here? I just came to see Mags. So you spoke to her, yes? Not exactly. She wouldn't let me in. She told me she knew I'd been inside her room. Interesting. How so? She called me not long ago to talk about you. Yeah, there's some games on it. I need to look into those SCP Foundation games though. I know Markiplier's played quite a few of them. For the most part, I watch his Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, but he hasn't really uploaded anything remotely Five Nights at Freddy's. The occasional board game video with his friends Bob and Wade. Monopoly especially, those are fun. Oh yeah, there's a lot of SCPs. Yeah, but none as popular, I want to say, as Mallow. M-A-L-0. I think she may be under the assumption you're in league with Niall. Ah, that would make sense. And she may be basing these assumptions on the fact that you took the Condor key. She said that only a person who knew the significance of the key would take it. Same here, man. I only know like a few of them. If that's what you're applying. What did she want to talk to you about me? Frank. Why did Max want to talk to you about me? Perhaps because she knows I used to be a detective. 106, 096, 173, 939. Nope, no clue who those are. She clearly trusts me. That's not what I asked. No. Why was it me she wanted to talk about? I thought I made that clear a moment ago. She believes that you are working for Niall, as you stole a key. But it doesn't make sense. Oh, I'll be honest, those numbers sound like Lilo and Stitch experiment numbers to me. Of course, it only goes up to 628, so... How did she come to know that I took the thing in the first place? Are you absolutely sure you... Are you absolutely sure you didn't drop me in, didn't drop me in it when you spoke to her? 096. Shy guy, when you look at his face, he charges at you to kill you. Damn. You know, just bluntly told her that I've been snooping around in her room? You watch your tongue. I told her nothing of the sort. What's the key significance? 173 is like weeping angels. When you look away, he attacks. Oh god, I hate those things. What's the key significance? How should I know? After all, you know far more about the damn key than I do. And you've been spending more time up on the 4th floor than anyone. Did you find anything that looked like this key could be used up there? Not yet. I'm still only halfway through my investigation. I didn't get a chance to finish it because I was attacked. You were what? Yeah, I let my guard down for a second. They hit me with the sleep spray, tied me up, and locked the door. I got myself out, but never caught a glimpse of the attacker's face. Who would attempt something like that? My guess is it's somebody who got jittery at the thought of me being on the 4th floor. They're willing to do just about anything to keep their secrets hidden. Mr. Hyde, you don't think it could be... Right, there's only one person it could be. If what you told me is true, and she thinks I'm working for Niall, I'm sure of it. Unless this is like a weird thing that when it touches you, it teleports you to a different realm. I just see her abilities, I don't know what they look like, but that's fine. Why didn't I realize it sooner? Indeed. Oh dear. What is it? I may have made a terrible mistake, Mr. Hyde. And it walks through doors. Ooh. A mistake? About what? When you told me that it was Michael McGrath's son of all people that sent you the order to go searching for the Scarlet Star. That's when I chose to hint that Michael McGrath kept his secrets hidden somewhere, like in a diary. I thought this was a chance to utilize your expertise in assisting me in finding evidence to expose Hugh Speck and his corruption. However, this may have caused Mrs. Patras to question her trust in you. Jeez. So it's like a rat or something? Nah, I can look into all of these myself. I'll be honest, the Mallow one, I see a lot of furry art of that one just because, you know, looks like a black dog, black wolf. It seems I didn't think this through properly. Come on, Frank. Don't flatter yourself. What? You think I was just doing what I was told? I wanted to look around the building, and that's exactly what I did. The reason I did was to uncover the truth of 25 years ago. Simple as that. The truth of 25 years ago. Do you mean to tell me that you're not looking for the Scarlet Star? Oh, I'll find it, alright. but only because it'll be instrumental in uncovering the truth I'm looking for. What are you so keen on finding out about 25 years ago, Mr. Hyde? I want to know about what went on in the manager's office, about the safecracker's death. What? You got something to say? No. It's nothing. Yeah, well, your face is telling me a different story. If you've got something to say, now will be the time to say it. I'm feeling a little tired, Mr. Hyde. I think I'll head back to my room now. Not so fast, Frank. Are you implying I'm running away? If you're keen on hearing more about 25 years ago, feel free to join me in my room. Frank finishes speaking and heads upstairs. Detective to detective, huh? His face went whiter than Mime's when I mentioned my dad. So Frank's gonna tell me about what happened 25 years ago, is he? Wonder what he knows. What room was he in again? It was 300 something. Zero 2. Man, it's gonna be fun to review this game and Hotel Dusk. There's a lot of good things about these games. Damn shame we never got a third one. Like, imagine this on the 3DS. Still holding it in book format. Mr. Hyde. Well, here I am. Now talk. Of course. Please, come in. I don't think the 3D graphics will be necessary, honestly. So this is where Frank holds himself up. Detective's coat and hat. Oh. The wall. Can I offer you a drink? Save it for a real guest. I'm just here to hear what you have to say. Well, I intend to have a drink, so please, just join me. What do you think he drinks? Scotch? Bourbon? Whiskey? Frank heads in the direction of the kitchen. Danny from the cafe kindly gave me some coffee not long ago. Would you care for some? Ah. Well, in that case, this won't take long. Please wait here. Looks like a family photo. Could he have possibly known my father? Or Kyle Hyde's father? Or I'd have kept you waiting. Frank places 2 cups of coffee on the table. It smells pretty good. Now that I think about it, you're the only person who's been in here and had a coffee with me. What about your family? My wife passed away 10 years ago, after a lengthy battle against illness. I have 2 children, but we haven't met in years. Damn. How did they feel about you trying to restore your name with the LAPD? About trying to find clues to expose Hugh Speck for the last 25 years? I've never spoken to them about it. They know nothing. Why not? No sense in keeping the problem all to yourself. I'm sure they'd support you. After all, when Hugh Speck had you removed from your post, they had to support you then. Don't you think they have a right to know? A right to know? Don't you dare try to tell me about how to treat my family. No offense, but if I had a dad like you, I don't think I could stand it. Just my 2 cents, though. You clearly don't understand at all, Mr. Hyde. I didn't leave my family in the dark all this time just for the sake of my own pride. There's more to it than that. 25 years ago, during the Condor case, my name wasn't the only thing lost. The mess that Hugh Speck caused also resulted in someone's death. I got crisps again. What kind? Are we talking Cheez-Its? Ritz? Lay's? Whose? Same man you've been looking into. The safecracker. Oh, I remember this, actually. Damn. What? So, Mr. Hyde, would you care to tell me how you came to know about that man? Who told you about him? Well... Who told you? Tell me. I don't know if you heard of these, it's chipsticks. Oh, I could look that up, actually. Just give me a sec. Oh. Nope, I've never heard of these. They look alright, though. I'm more of a Lay's and Cheetos and Cheez-Its kind of person, though. Wait. Michael McGrath's son. He told me about a man who crept into the manager's office and... I see. I think it's about time you talked straight with me, Frank. I want you to tell me about the safecracker who was killed here 25 years ago. Tell me everything you know. Come on, Frank. You just told me. I also like walkers. It doesn't sound like the sort of food that's in my country, I'll be honest. I live in the US, by the way. You said that this person had gotten himself in the case you were working on. Tell me. Did you help him get in? Yes, I did. So you and the safecracker knew each other beforehand, then? No, we didn't. Gregory was there thanks to the information he got from a contact I often used. Ah, that makes sense. You live in the UK, I live in the US. Gregory? Who's Gregory? That's the name his associates used for him, at least. I seriously doubt it was his real name. Just something he used while working. Oh, okay. That's smart, actually. Gregory was a safecracker who had never been arrested and was well known in the field. He was also knowledgeable on Condor. I figured I could use a person like that to assist me in my plans. We had an agreement, and I'm the one who got him into the hotel. However, I intended to catch Condor by fair means or foul. That was my plan. But Hugh Speck put an end to all that. How did Hugh Speck put an end to your plan 25 years ago? What did he do? Well, Tell me the whole story. He did something beyond words. Let me guess. Hugh Speck told Condor about your plan. That's right. And that was also why Gregory was silenced. Yeah, the intense questions again, man. Oh, 3 of them. That night, while I was waiting for word from Gregory, that's when it happened to me, too. Frank. What? Enough beating around the bush. Excuse me? I need you to tell me exactly what you were planning to do 25 years ago. All of it. What do you mean? I thought I made myself clear from the start. What I need to know is precisely what happened with the safecracker 25 years ago. You know the truth behind the death, and occurred that night, and you're gonna tell me. You win, Mr. Hyde. I'll tell you what you need to know. But on one condition. I'm listening. I've only seen 2, now 3. Yeah. I don't remember this is the last one in the game too, though. I think I interrogated Mags already? If you really want to hear the whole truth, you'll have to make me talk. What the hell's that supposed to mean? Well, I would have thought an ex-detective like yourself would have known. It's time you demonstrated to me exactly how much you want to hear the truth. If you expect to get anything out of me, you're going to have to work for it. If you choose your questions well, talk. I'll tell you everything you want to know. But if you aren't able to answer ask the right questions, our little chat stops here. Got yourself a deal. Damn. So basically I gotta answer his questions in order. That's what I have to do. Gotta make sure I save first. Oh. Yep. Yeah, I don't want to misstep here. I mean, if I do, I could always soft reset, so... Frank. Let me be frank with you. What kind of agreement did you have? What was your plan 25 years ago? What was it that happened to you? Let's start with the middle one. Okay, Frank. Let's start with this. What was your plan from 25 years ago to catch Condor? Well, I decided there was only one way to bring Condor to justice, and that was to catch them in the act. Skilled as the Condor group was in conducting systematic jewelry thefts, they were also adept in turning their acquisitions into near untraceable cash. But I found out from a staff member that Hotel Cape West was being used to sell the stolen wares on, and that the jewels were being kept in a safe in the manager's office. Ah, that same safe that I broke into. If I could positively identify that the jewels were being stored there, that the jewels being stored there were what Condor stole, I would have all the proof I needed to drive the final nail into Condor's coffin. Oh, and you gotta remember that nail and coffin are one and the same. So that's why you enlisted Gregory's help to crack the safe. You wanted him to make his way into the manager's office and remove the jewels, right? Precisely. The plan was to have him break into the safe, extract the contents, and send me a signal. Then the police would arrive at the office and confiscate what he extracted. Well, that was what we planned, at least. Wait, so he was gonna get caught by the police on purpose? Oh, but that would make sense because Frank is... He was technically a detective. I'm sure it was all part of the plan. What kind of signal had you decided he should send you? We plan to use the window. The window? Yes. It was to enter the manager's office, open the safe, and extract the contents. Once he got the jewels, he was to go to the window and use his flashlight. This would let me know that things had gone according to plan. The police that had been standing by could then raid the premises. The problem was that something went wrong with the signal we'd agreed on. Gregory just disappeared, so we never went to the building. What kind of agreement did you have? What was it that happened to you? What went wrong? That automatically is the next step. That's the next step right there. Okay, next question. What went wrong? Well, you're telling me he never returned the signal you were waiting for, right? No, I believe he sent it, but... But what? You must understand, Mr. Hyde. There are things I cannot discuss beyond this point. And why the hell not? Because they concern the promise that connects me and Gregory. Indeed, if that promise had been kept as planned, he would never have needed to die. I regret what happened to him. I doubt I'll ever outlive that regret. Mr. Hyde, I think I've said enough. I couldn't possibly discuss this any further with you. There's only one person I can imagine telling this whole story to, and that person is a relative of Gregory. He doesn't know! Oh... That's gonna come as a shock to him. What kind of agreement did you have with Gregory? He He was intending to leave the world of crime behind and start fresh, but he wasn't able to break his ties with his old acquaintances. So I made him a promise. If he lent his talents to assisting me with my investigation, I would make certain incidents from his past go away, and the police force would ensure that all ties he had to his past were severed. Did he bite and agree to your proposal? Not at first. He seemed to be somewhat against the idea. In order to gain his trust, I needed to take a different approach. As an act of good faith, I gave him something he'd find difficult to refuse. What was it? I handed him the keys to a new car. It would serve as a kind of advanced payment. What? There's no need to act so surprised. It was commonplace in operations like this. Jesus Christ, it's like if the Price is Right was, like, high risk, high reward, huh? Like life or death. And a new car! Like, goddamn, Frank, are you Bob Barker or something? That's the sort of thing we did back then for people who assisted us. What kind of car? Must have been a nice 80s car back then. Like an 80s Ford Mustang? Chrysler? I don't know. What happened to you? Mr. Hyde. I don't see how that has anything to do... I don't see how that has anything to do with what you want to hear about. Frank, what if I were to bring a member of Gregory's family here? Would you be willing to tell him everything? Naturally. But how on earth would you... You leave that to me. Oh? Don't go anywhere. I'll be back as soon as I can. I guess I went with the right order after all. I'm guessing I gotta go back to my room or something. Frank is love, Frank is life, Frank is the culprit of Chris Hyde's death. Ah, man. That's gonna be a bombshell. I hope he can take it. I hope he doesn't get a heart attack on the spot. Oh. Is that the key? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. It better have been a damn nice car. So it was Frank who gave this key to Dad. Fucking hell. I don't know if we can both handle the truth. It's open. Oh, I'm sorry. How you doing, Blind House? I thought it was Bean Gamer that said that. Sorry to have kept you waiting. No, that's what Pitt said. Idiocrus. So where's the member of Gregory's family, Mr. Hyde? Right here. Me. What? I've got something you need to see. Here. It's gonna go all Telemundo on us. This is... Yeah, that's the same car key you gave to Gregory 25 years ago. It was discovered on the body of a man in a downtown parking lot not long afterwards. This is one of the items my dad left me. What did you just say? Gregory's real name was Chris Hyde. 25 years ago, after deciding to wash his hands of crime, he left the house on his final job. 3 days later, he still hadn't returned home to his family. The police were investigating the murder at one point, but they quickly broke it off. The case remains unsolved to this day. Frank, I'm Chris's son, and that's why I have the right to hear what you've got to say. You're gonna tell me all about the promise you made to my father, and exactly what happened at the end. You're gonna tell me everything. Fuck. To get the proof we needed to expose Condor, I made Gregory a promise 25 years ago. From his point of view, this job posed considerable risk. He agreed to take on the job, knowing it would be his last, for the sake of his family. When we made our promise, he looked me directly in the eyes and said, "Can I really trust you?" I didn't answer, but just nodded. I never intended that nod to be a lie, but... What happened? That night, he broke into the manager's office as we'd planned, got the safe open, took out the contents. Then from the darkened room, he'd shown the signal. But no matter how many times he repeated it, nobody sent him the response he was expecting. Why not? Why didn't you send the cavalry like planned? Because I wasn't there. Oh. What? That night, while I was at the designated spot, Spec handed me a single note. The message was clear. It said that my wife's condition had worsened and that I should go to the hospital at once. Naturally, I went, leaving Spec to preside over the scene. So to summarize, I fled to see my wife while Gregory was still inside doing the job. That fucking snake! Gregory must have thought I was dutifully waiting in position outside the hotel. After he signaled me, he simply had to wait for the reinforcements to arrive. But I'd already departed to be by my beloved's side. Spec's plan had been a complete success. Spec's plan? Yes. It was his intention to lure me away from the scene that night. No sooner had I reached the hospital than it became clear, and I hurried back. Spec maintained that he'd been given the note, but not known that what the contents were. He also said that he had seen nothing like a signal from the manager's office. So he spun a web of lies that had you convinced. He did. He was a member of the Force, and I had no reason to disbelieve him. Jesus. It was only later that I learned the truth behind that night's events. Please, Mr. Hyde, are you able to forgive me? If only I'd known that Spec was working with Condor all those years ago, I would never have left him in charge of the scene. And maybe your father would still be alive today. And that's everything, is it? It is. That's the truth behind the death of the safecracker 25 years ago. Don't you have anything to say? Now that you ask, I'm not sure I do. Funny as it may sound, I don't blame you for what happened. In fact, all I can think about right now is how he must have felt during those final moments. Of course. Tell me one thing, Mr. Hyde. When did you find out that your father died in these very apartments? I only found out a little while ago. It was written in Michael's diary. What? You mean to say you found his diary? Yeah, I found it alright. You're not gonna like the fact that there's nothing related to Hugh Speck in there, though. Ah, I see. Or on the subject, you said you had a discussion with Michael's son. Just to put my mind at ease, could you please let me know? Sorry to disappoint you, but he didn't tell me anything that you'd find useful. I see. Nevertheless, I'd very much like the opportunity to talk to him myself. That's gonna be tough. He left not long after I spoke to him. Damn, I'm just putting him down now. He left? Are you telling me he lived here? In this building? He sure did. He was in room 306. You mean... that man? I had no idea. Jesus. Don't take it so hard. I'll find you the proof you need to nail Spec. Mr. Hyde. In fact, I intend to expose everything these apartments have been hiding. And once I'm done, the only mystery left will be where I'll get my coffee from now on. Did Starbucks, when was Starbucks founded? I don't know. Let me check, actually. Let me see here. Starbucks founding date. I mean, I know when Nintendo was founded. A lot of people thought they were founded in, 1970-something. No, they were founded 1886, I think. Let me see here. Starbucks. Founding date. Oh yeah! 1971. By three partners who met while they were students at the University of San Francisco. Okay. So, 9 years old then. All you need to do is keep your nose out and wait for me to get it done. Are you arrogant little... Just trying to keep you out of the line of fire. Leave the dangerous stuff to me. Well, I suppose you have proven yourself useful. I'll back down. For now. Please, take this with you. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. This is... It's the other half of the torn postcard I got from Will. How long has he had that? I take the postcard piece. This item represents the only clue I found while searching the 4th floor. Take it with you. It might help. I take it you're still eager to hear what Mrs. Patras has to say? Damn right I am. There's plenty of things I have to ask that lady. But she won't be too excited to talk to me, will she? And leave that part to me. I'll make sure she understands you're not in league with Niall. If it all goes according to plan, there's every chance she'll emerge from her room. Okay, I'll leave that to you. Good luck, Mr. Hyde. Just one last thing, Frank. What is it? What kind of man was my dad? Oh. We had a drink together once. I remember thinking to myself at the time that he was a lot tougher than he looked. He never had much to say, but what he did say, he said with the utmost poignancy. He told me about his kid wanting to be a baseball star when he grew up. In fact, when he was telling me this, he came across as a run-of-the-mill kind of guy. I see. Okay, I need to make a move. I'm wasting time. Leave Frank's room. Damn. Even though I know the truth behind what happened to Dad, that's not everything. The postcard that Michael left behind. The Condor key. The disappearance of the Scarlet Star, and proof of Hugh Speck's wrongdoing. There are obviously still secrets that people could get hurt over. Just how much does Meg know about them, though? She'll let me talk to her now. I hope. She was able to talk to Dylan, but not me. Dylan worked for Niall. Then again, taking that key was a red flag to her, so... Who is it? I hear Mags's voice from inside her room. We need to talk, Mrs. Patras. Mr. Hyde. I'm on the phone with Mr. Raver at the moment. What do you need to talk to me about? About Michael McGrath and the diary he left behind. I see. Very well. That was like the password right there. Please come in. Mrs. Patras? Yes, what is it? I never thought you could do something so underhanded. I could say the same of you, Mr. Hyde. Why? Jinx. Why did you do such a thing? Double jinx. I thought you'd have realized by now. I'm not working for Niall. And explain to me why you were poking around the 4th floor and why you took my key. How'd you even know I'd taken it? Because I cannot think of anybody else who would have done so, that's why. You have to admit, you've been asking me very probing questions of late. Also, you seem to have taken to roaming around this building instead of going to work. This is my job, actually. Dylan was also kind enough to warn me about you. He told me I should be extra vigilant when you're around. Oh, he did he? How nice of him. Find that amusing? I never thought you'd be so dumb as to trust anything that comes out of his mouth. Yeah. Guess you didn't know, huh? Dylan's been watching you on behalf of his employer, Niall. Excuse me? And not just you, either. He was also watching another tenant whose relatives worked for Condor. A relative of people working for Condor? I had no idea there was someone like that living here. Who is it? Well, if you hadn't gotten any interest in rocking the boat with Condor, it's probably better if you remain in the dark about who they are. Dylan left without causing any fuss because you were unaware of his true identity. That's a very good point. But there's still something I don't understand. Yeah, and what might that be? You, Mr. Hyde. I still have no idea about you. Exactly how do you figure in all this? Exactly how do you figure in all this? Me? Well, 25 years ago, a safecracker was killed here in the manager's office. He was my father. I beg your pardon? Like I told you before, my dad was killed when I was 9 years old. 25 years ago, he had to go out on one last job before going straight. 3 days later, his body was picked up in a downtown parking lot. And the case remains unsolved. He got caught up in a police investigation to uncover Condor's secret fencing operation at Hotel Cape West, and it was there that he was killed. I only found all this out after you gave everyone the eviction notice. And how exactly did you come to know all this? I got my information from a person connected to Condor, who lives in this building. They told me that my dad came in here to steal the Scarlet Star, but he was killed, and the gem simply disappeared. The Scarlet Star. After I found that out, I made my decision. I would expose everything about this building's hidden past. So that's the reason you came in here and searched around, I suppose. Right. Why'd you buy a building that was marked by Condor? And then why'd you suddenly decide to sell up? These are the things I need answers for. Tell me everything you know. Just how much do you know about Condor? I got no interest in talking about such things. Please don't ask me anymore. Listen, Mrs. Patras, you can't just ignore this. I'm gonna get an answer from you. Why are you so afraid to explain things to me? Hell no. Is it because your husband was Condor's ringleader? Yes, that's precisely the reason. After he injured his hands, he couldn't play the saxophone anymore. He changed. He hurt his hands? He got his first job from them courtesy of a customer who came to the restaurant. After it went well, he began to realize that he wasn't too deep to turn back. Before too long, he was the ringleader of the criminal organization known as Condor. He eventually roped an old friend, the hotel manager, Michael, into his work too. They devised a means of selling the stolen jewelry secretly to avoid detection. Who killed Kathy McGrath 13 years ago? Even if you're not gonna talk, you're definitely gonna listen. The person who murdered Catherine McGrath was... No, of course not her. It was George Patras. I'm afraid that's right. It was George who killed her. Why did he do it? He told me why. It was payback for Michael double-crossing him. When he does weird things to people. Mlems the computer screen. Is that you, Mr. Flapper? Oh, how you doing? Sorry, there's no seats here. All you're tasting is... glass? I don't know. Some sort of plastic film? Whee! Tell me. How did they manage to sell it secretly? We're about done with this game, by the way. How did Michael and George manage to sell the jewelry secretly? George didn't keep the stolen goods himself, but entrusted them to Michael. Michael stored them in the safe inside the manager's office. Once a buyer had been found, George would get in touch with Michael. You know what this is reminding me of? Uncut Gems. Only he doesn't really steal this jewelry and he probably kills people. Or something, I don't know. And cash would be exchanged for the jewelry when the buyer came to the hotel. George would then take receipt of the cash immediately and receive his cut. So the purpose of the parties held at the hotel was to find people to buy the jewelry. Exactly. The parties would be held from time to time at the hotel. There, potential buyers would gather and the process would begin in earnest. So I imagine the actual goods were exchanged in one of the guest rooms, right? No. Michael was very clear about that and would never use the guest rooms. Instead, there was a hidden chamber for this very purpose. Ah. What did Michael do to double-cross George? No sooner had George received word that the hotel safe was going to be broken into, than he contacted Michael to let him know. At that time, there was still an item inside that a buyer had not been found for. It was the Scarlet Star. Michael received his orders, and when the intruder arrived, he shot him there in the office. He then stashed the corpse in a hotel chest freezer, where it stayed for 2 days. Then it was taken out and dumped at a different location when it was safe. That hurts him to hear, huh? After the incident was over, Michael told me that the Scarlet Star was gone. According to what he told me, it had already been removed from the safe before he shot the safecracker. And George believed that? Not exactly. He just led Michael to believe he trusted him. Led him to believe? He didn't want to pressure Michael or he might risk losing the use of the hotel. George could be a cold, calculating man. He didn't exact his revenge on Michael for another 12 years. So the reason he chose to wait 12 years before getting his revenge was because... I gotta think about this one. Probably wanted out. I'm pretty sure the Scarlet Star is still here. Michael wanted out of the stolen goods trade? Yes, that's right. Michael made the decision to close down the hotel 13 years ago. It was his attempts to sever the bond between himself and Condor. However, George wasn't willing to just sit back and accept this. Also, another reason? Give me a sec here. Little water break. Where is the hidden chamber that was used to sell the stolen goods? That's something I'm totally unable to help you with. Even when the building was undergoing renovation, no such room was found. I see. Listen carefully, Mr. Hyde. The key that you took from here... Oh, excuse you, Mr. Flapper. I'm sure it's for that very room. What? The key was among the things George bequeathed to me after his death. Even though I had it all these years, I still don't know where it's to be used. I assume that your main focus now is to discover where that hidden chamber lies, correct? Absolutely. It can't have just disappeared from the building. I wonder if you're right. Was there another reason for him to dispose of Kathy? Yes, it was because he had grown tired of Kathy's company. Meaning? George and Kathy had been... intimate. Oh. An act which had betrayed both of us. I think we've covered just about everything, Mr. Hyde. Not so fast. There's still a few holes left. I don't know if I can discuss everything in one go. It's not as easy as you might think at my age, you know. But, if you insist, if you are willing to indulge me, I may be willing to keep talking. What do I need to do? So, you'll agree to my terms? Guess I don't have much of a choice, do I? But the stakes are, I do what you ask, and you tell me every last thing I want to know. Naturally. Okay, now tell me what I need to do. Well, Mr. Hyde, even though I own this building, there's still something I've yet to find. I want you to find it for me. Care to be a bit more specific? Come on, Mr. Hyde. I'm sure you know what I'm referring to. Yeah. Fine. Have it your way. I suppose I should give you a hint to go with it. Here. Take this. This photo. It's a photo of Hotel Cape West from when it first opened. Oh. It's my wallpaper for this live stream. No, not really. I take the 1950s hotel photo. But it is still a photo of Hotel Cape... It's a wallpaper, basically, of the game. You should have this as well. What's this? It was one of the things George left behind. I take the small key. God, how many keys do I have? Got the keys to the 4th floor rooms. The car key that Frank gave my father for doing that job, but, you know, he died, so... The Condor key that I stole from Margaret, and now this key. Finally, there's this. I found it in George's things together with the key. Oh, here we go. It appears to be some sort of sketch of the 4th floor. If you look, it has 6 red circles marked on it. What could they mean? There's something written on the corner of the sketch. The far side of the moon. What's that supposed to mean? I take the 4th floor sketch. Here we go. Mr. Hyde. How you use those things is entirely up to you. Yeah, kinda figured that part out myself. Leave it to me. I'll find what you're after. And I'll be back to hear the rest of what you've got to tell me, too. It's like a scavenger hunt right now. Mr. Hyde. Oh. I leave Max's room. The thing Max was never able to find must be that hidden chamber. Looks like I'm drawing closer to what I've been looking for. The clues are in the sketch, the photo, and the key. Now I think about it, this isn't the only photo of the hotel I have. Maybe I should compare them side by side. Oh. That's it. I've got it. There's a window that's missing from the newer photo. I'm positive the hidden chamber's between the elevator and room 405. But how the hell am I gonna get to it? I mean, I doubt a chair's gonna break through a brick wall or something. There has to be more clues up on the 4th floor. I put the two parts of the postcard together. I've now got a complete postcard of the moon. A postcard with a picture of the moon on it, huh? There's something written on the back. Oh wow. Looks like some sort of code. All I need to do is find out what Michael was trying to hide using this. God, it's a good thing I've already played and beaten this game. That's both a good thing and a bad thing. It means I know how to do this puzzle. With little difficulty. The moment of truth. Time to use this key. I use the small key and open the cover. As soon as I do, something from behind the cover falls to the ground. What the? The buttons come off. It was designed to do that. There's a tiny switch in the place where the button came off. What's this? It looks like some sort of control switch. I switch it on. I don't think I'm there yet. No, I'm not there yet. This is the last step. I have a feeling there's more to this panel than meets the eye. I guess I'll just go up to the 4th floor myself, just walk there. I like this puzzle, personally. The words, "the far side of the moon," are written in the corner of the drawing. We'll start with 401, 402, and 403. Probably should have made much of a mess here, but still. Nah. There we go. Thank God I still got those keys. These curtains have seen better days. There's a huge bed on this side of the room. Oh. The headboard has a small engraving on a condor on it. There's a condor mark here. Considering the way it looks, it might have something to do with the markings on the 4th floor sketch. I better scroll this down. I copy the condor mark into my notebook. Guess I'd better have a look at the other rooms. First things first, find all 6 condors. Bullshit, there's nothing inside. There's a small condor mark engraved on the inside of the yada yada. Huh? What's this? This condor's head is turned in a different direction. Yeah, that's important. I'm looking for birds. Not quaker parrots. Condors. The largest flying birds of all. Already found 2 of them. Or 3, it's around here. Go behind the curtain. Or on the wall? Like on the table? The surface feels pretty rough. I don't think time has been kind to it. Heh. Belongs to the spider now. Oh! It's on the chair. What if the chair was moved elsewhere? Things to the bird marking. From one burp to another. Oh, but condors are big burps. I think there's a video on YouTube of a condor hugging someone. Like, it was just walking on the ground, wings outstretched, person was approaching it, and the condor literally hugged them, and they hugged back. Which is actually kind of cool. Good thing those birds aren't extinct. They were endangered, and I heard their numbers have rebounded because, you know, an effort to you know, revitalize the species. Yeah, probably should be on the table. Makes a fart sound. Birds can fart too. The window's encrusted with dust. I guess it would make sense that one of these isn't in the manager's room. Oh, look at all these burbs. Damn. I don't know my own strength. Oops. Hmm. The wallpaper studio has begun to show creases. According to the sketch, the secret room is beyond this wall. It doesn't look like there's anything out of the ordinary here, though. Looks like I'm gonna have to find another way in. This vanity table? The 6 condors. That almost sounds like a gang. Look at all these mandabuzzes. Pokemon. I copy the condor mark into my notebook. From the looks of my notes, all the condor marks are pointing in different directions. Okay, looks like I got all the circle marks that were indicated on the sketch. Now to try and figure out what the 6 condors mean. And also to try to work out what that note on the sketch was for. Remember the postcard that I got? I remember being stumped on this for a long time when I played this game originally. But not anymore. I don't know exactly what those condors are for. So, as I'm cracking the code, I might as well explain. The Roman numerals are the order. The position of the condors are for... Let me see here. This is the code that I gotta rely on. I don't get this at all. What's it supposed to mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The placement of the condors corresponds to the direction. For example, let me see here. The first condor, it's pointing in the top left. So I focus on the top left square, which is those down up buttons in the 3. And the head of the condor is either pointing left or right. Determines which of those 2 values I use. So number 1 is 3. Number 1 is 3. Number 2 is 1. And I'm actually going to type this all out in the chat too, so that, because I can't write it down here for whatever reason. Oh no, wait, I can. Never mind. Three, 1, R. Number 4 is pointing down, and that is to the... So it's left, right. There's no 6 on that damn elevator. Five is... 2. And number 6. Door closing and opening. That's the code. This is reminding me a bit of the final puzzle in Silent Hill 3's hard mode. Cool. I love these kinds of puzzles. Or I love puzzles in video games in general. Some of these symbols, I can't help but think I've seen them somewhere before. In hindsight, it honestly should have made sense. I mean, there were elevator symbols on that code, so it corresponded to the elevator in some way. And then the key, I already opened the little switch, or the 4th floor one that it was covering up. The button came off, it revealed the switch. I don't think I could reach the elevator from here, though. Oh. Never mind. 3, 1, R, doors opening, 2, doors closing. But god, one of the first puzzles in Silent Hill 3's hard riddle mode requires knowledge of Shakespeare. Damn. Oh, give me a sec here. I noticed my livestream went offline. Ah, no, it's fine. It's just whatever. Notes. 3, 1, R, doors opening, 2, doors closing. It's times like this that I wish this was a blind playthrough. Up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, start. Now imagine if you were just winging it. Or even better, you already knew the code, but because it's not randomized per playthrough, you just flick the switch, type in the code that you already know. If it was like the first Dementium, the Ward game on Nintendo DS, also remastered on 3DS, you can literally, I think you can actually cut through like half of the game if you knew a code or two from it. Huh? The elevator starts to move. Wait, it stopped. Where is this? Looking at the dial, it seems I stopped between the 4th floor and the roof. But why is it stopped here? Huh? What was that noise? Huh. Look at this. There's an L-shaped bench in the corner of the elevator. A small hatch has opened up on the side of it. Maybe if I try this key. I place the condor key into the keyhole. Well, yeah, clearly it works, because there's artwork of it on this game, so... Ah, the burb is the word. It worked. I lift up the side panel of the bench. What's this? Looks like a hidden entrance of some sort. Looks like it goes in quite a way. Nothing for it but to go in. Damn. This is a nice hotel. Alright. Found it. The game developer's room. Like Game Freak. There's no mistaking it. This must be the place. This is where Condor sold their soul and jewelry. Right. Time to look around. And good God. They were even playing blackjack or poker here too. I'm not gonna try typing on this thing. This will fly everywhere. Must have been a really long time since this was last used. A load of papers are scattered about on the desk. Damn, the handwriting is too smudged to read. Inkwell? Of course. The ink must have hardened. There's a kind of ledger on the top of the table. Ah, Heath. Heath ledger. What could this have been used for? Let's see. The first page of the ledger shows dates, transactions, and code words. Gold, silver, and scarlet. Looks like I've struck the motherlode here. It's an item-by-item list of jewel sales. I take the Condor records. And they left this right here too, huh? It was closed, so there's only dust in the cover. Oh. Inside the drawer is an old brown envelope. Is there something inside? What's this? Oh. Out of the envelope comes a small metal badge. At a closer glance, it appears to bear the words Los Angeles Police. It's an LAPD badge. Why the hell would something like this be hidden inside? Or hidden here? There's something else inside the envelope. Out of the envelope comes an old photo. The photo shows 3 men. As I stare at the photo, I realize that I recognize the man wearing a hat on the right. I saw another photo of him before, in Mag's room. How did he hurt his hands, though? It's him. It's George Patras. The killer. But he's already dead, so... On the left-hand side of the photo, there's a man wearing a tuxedo. He's got a name tag pinned on his chest. The tag. Written plainly underneath the hotel's emblem, next to the word manager, is the name Michael McGrath. You see. So this is Michael McGrath. That's the guy who shot my dad. He shot my pa. There's a worried-looking man in the center who George has his arm around. Who is that man? I stare at the man in the photo. Suddenly, there's a flash of realization as I know who he is. I recall where I saw him before. He was featured in that TV show. I'll be damned. It's a young Hugh Speck. This photo shows just how Hugh Speck and Condor are connected. Now I think I know the meaning of the police badge too. It's for collateral. And it's a sign of his devotion to their cause. Oh man. It don't get better than this. How the hell did they... No, they probably put all this stuff in here first, boarded the room, and then made it so that you could only use the elevator to get here. Because I'm thinking, like, how in the hell did they get a table like this, or a sofa like that through that little hole? Maybe they took it off piece by piece, that's also a solution, but that seems a little... laborious. A round table covered in a green felt, the classic poker table. 3 hands of cards are bleh. Wow. There's a dartboard on the wall. No darts in it, though? Never mind, I'm more of a billiards... No, you're not. You lost 3 times. Well, I lost 3 times. There's a lamp on the wall above the painting. It's a framed painting on the wall. The painting is of a ship traversing the waves while a lighthouse guides the way. A boat in a lighthouse. There's a lamp on the wall just above the painting. It's at a switch below the frame. Below the frame? Oh. Wow. Damn, that's bright. What's the story with this? Huh. It's a framed picture of the classic card designs for the aces. Interesting. The shadow of a condor has appeared underneath the cards. There's the shadowy outline of a condor on the wall. What's up with the shadow? The beak of the condor is pointing at a card. What could it be trying to say? It's talking about the Scarlet Star, huh? I found everything I need to here. That painting is also a metaphor. I leave the hidden chamber. A picture containing a working lighthouse. There's only one place I know in this apartment that's got a lighthouse. The roof. This is it. Time to get myself up there. Push the button for the roof. Huh? The light is on in the lighthouse. Oh, wow. Look at the shadow. There's a majestic lighthouse monument on the roof. A light is shining from it. There's a shadow being cast on the brick wall thanks to the light from the lighthouse. The surface of the brickwork is slightly dirty. Strange. This brick looks newer than the others. Oh. There it is. I've got it. This is it. The Scarlet Star. I finally got my hands on the Scarlet Star. The coldness of the beautifully shining jewel spreads throughout my hand. Item, locate the Scarlet Star, which disappeared at Hotel Cape West 25 years ago. So this is the thing you've been searching for, is it, Will McGrath? And with it comes the truth of what happened all those years ago. My dad made a promise with Frank to enable him to leave his shady past behind. He snuck into the manager's office, cracked open the safe, and stole the Scarlet Star. He was then supposed to go to the window and signal to Frank using his flashlight. But the response to the signal never came. Then Michael McGrath arrived on the scene, and he shot and killed my dad. It all makes sense now. Maybe when he died, he was clutching this very thing in his hands. Grip on the Scarlet Star tightens as I think of my dad's dying moments. The jewel gradually starts to grow warmer in my hand. It feels as though the stone is transcending the 25 years since it was held by him, bringing us together again. Imagine what a twist it would be if this was like an infinity jewel or an infinity stone. Which one would it be? As I dwell on this, I feel a warm, melting kind of sensation from it. Looks like I'll be fulfilling the requirements of that order after all. Time to give this to the one person left who bears responsibility for Kathy's death. Huh? The elevator opens and somebody emerges. Is that? Yeah. Mags? Oh? Mr. Hyde. I assume I've got you to blame for switching the lighthouse on, do I? Yeah, I did it all right. Then I must also assume that you entered that room. What? Just how did you know that there was a switch inside the room in the first place? What happened to you not even knowing where the place was? I apologize. But I lied. Naturally, I was aware of what the room contains too. Why did you need to lie? If you know about the hidden chamber, why did you need to lie? Let's just say I had no intention of discussing my knowledge of that room with anybody. I breathed a sigh of relief when I decided to sell off the building, safe in the knowledge that the secret will disappear once the building is demolished. I suppose, looking back, I was hoping for a little too much. I never imagined you'd take to snooping around and looking into the building's past. Then, Mr. Hyde, when you came around looking for information, I thought to myself, I can't keep hiding it if you found out this much. So I had to decide. On the one hand, I can leave while everything was still shrouded in secrecy, or I could risk letting everything come to light. It was essentially a gamble. What do you mean by a gamble? A gamble to see if you'd be able to find that room or not. So you gambled everything on me and whether I'd find it. Precisely. It seems I ended just as I expected. And it seems it ended just as I expected. What were you trying to hide? The crimes that he committed, of course. His time as Condor's ringleader, the stolen jewelry, and illegal sales. Not to mention keeping it all under the LAPD's radar, despite one of them being involved. And lastly, the unfortunate killing of Kathy. The crimes committed by George here in this very building. They needed to be kept hidden. All of them. And I intend to do just that. I was planning to take these truths with me to the grave. But as we can both see, that proved futile. No yes, no questions to these either, just straight to the point. How'd you think it would end? I was fully aware that there was little hope I'd keep everything secret. I knew that if anyone could find that room, it would be you. So you appreciated what was at stake should you lose your gamble. Yes, but as soon as we started talking about the secret room, my mind was made up. If you found the room, I would lose my gamble, and then I'd need to let you in on everything I knew. If you failed, however, then I wouldn't need to talk to you on the subject any further. Then my gamble would have paid off. What made you think I'd find it? I knew it would take a focused individual, and you more than fitted the description. I could see it in your eyes. Damn right I'm focused. You don't think I'd waste my time looking around this place without good reason, do you? No, of course not. I was truly surprised when you came to me and told me what you knew about 25 years ago. The fact that the safecracker Michael shot turned out to be your father. I doubt anybody could have anticipated that one. Yeah, what are the odds, huh? Maybe I knew, Mr. Hyde. Even as you arrived at my room today, I knew what was going to happen. Somewhere deep down, I must have realized that you would uncover the whole thing. Tell me something, Mr. Hyde. Have you found everything you were looking for? Yeah, I think I have. My uncle's 13-year-old diary, the proof that connects the LAPD and Condor. Even the Scarlet Star. I've uncovered them all. Found the Scarlet Star? Certainly did. Michael McGrath left some helpful clues behind. They led me to the hidden chamber and helped me get in. I have it now. Is that so? Here, take a look. So this is the Scarlet Star. Sure is. Your late husband tanked the disappearance of it lightly, and killed Kathy as a result. The Scarlet Star going missing was where this horrible ordeal began. Not quite. Condor's theft of the Scarlet Star is the first place. In the first place, is what really started. If George Patras was still alive, I'd be showing the thing to him, and we'd be having a very frank chat about his crimes. I'm sure you would, but as he's no longer with us, it will never happen. True. Same with Michael. You can have this back now, Mr. Hyde. What? I was only concerned with keeping it hidden, not keeping it for myself. Since you found it, you've earned the right to keep it. In fact, everything you found is as good as yours. The room, and all its contents. Which, by extension, means that disposing of it all also falls to you. You're sure about this? I am. I understand. Okay then, I suppose it's time for me to tell you everything. Oh god, here we go. It's gonna be a long one. Will you listen to what I have to say, Mr. Hyde? All of it. Will you let me tell you about my foolishness in loving an evil man? I first met him when I was 19 years old. I was a dancer back then, and he was part of a band. I knew from the start that he was a bad person. He brought a different woman with him each time, and used to keep dubious company. Despite all this, I fell for him. But as soon as we began to live together, something became very apparent to me. I knew that I needed to get used to dealing with times I loved him, and times I detested him. The strangest thing was, the more I became accustomed to the jealousy I felt, the more my desire toward him grew. It was a very strange position to be in. When he started dipping his feet into the world of crime, I began thinking that I needed to know everything he was involved in. So yes, before you say it, by keeping his wrongdoing secret, I became an accomplice. The feeling of guilt that arose from all the crimes was what chained us together. But inevitably, that wasn't a strong enough bond to keep our marriage alive. He became more and more distant from me as his feelings faded, until finally, I could see there was no hope for a future together. Eventually, he and Kathy went on to betray me and Michael. Despite having full knowledge of their intimacy, there was no fuss made. I was perfectly content to just sit back and watch, now that my feelings had subsided. But after Kathy was murdered, and I saw the taunting smile that appeared on his face as he told me that I was going to have to keep one more secret, I finally started to realize that I made a grave mistake. I was partly responsible for the man he'd become. It came to me in a flash. I was the only person who'd be able to put an end to his misdeeds, once and for all. And so, on that day, I planned to shoot him using his own gun. But as it turned out, I wasn't to become a murderer that night after all. Somebody else had crept in, pointed a gun, and shot George instead. It was none other than his friend, Michael. When the deed was done, he looked me in the eye before striking me down with the gun. I woke up after being out cold. The first thing I noticed was that the gun that shot George was grasped in my right hand, with the now lifeless body of my husband laid out before me. He had died with the most atrocious look of pain across his face. One thing went through my mind as I stared at his dead eyes. Enough. He had gotten nothing short of what he deserved for the crimes he committed. I made one final promise to his agonized face then. I vowed that I would keep his secrets, even after his death, and not tell a soul. I intended to take those secrets with me into the next life, but from then on, I felt very much like a ship lost at sea, with no lighthouse to guide me home. I drifted aimlessly in the darkness, tossed endlessly by the waves. You know what happened after that? I was arrested and held on suspicion of murder. Or, you know what happened after that. I eventually faced that grueling trial. Despite my predicament, I remained silent and told the police and lawyers nothing. You know why I chose not to reveal the truth, Mr. Hyde? Well, I'll tell you. I wanted them to find me guilty. That's why. I felt it was only fitting. After all, I was fully intent on extinguishing George's life myself that night. But it seems that greater powers than my own were at work then. Somehow, the court found me innocent of the crime, and the money I inherited from George enabled me to buy the hotel. Part of the reason I snapped this place up was to maintain the secrecy, but I also felt that if I lived here, the lighthouse would be my guide, and help me traverse the waves and survive the darkness. Looking back, maybe I was just clinging onto my foolish ideals. But the fact remains, I failed in my attempt to keep what he did secret. And that brings us right back to here and now, where I'm telling you everything. And that's the end, Mr. Hyde. There is no more. I expect you're overwhelmed with anger at this foolish woman's confession. Am I right? I really wish I hadn't needed to tell anybody what I've told you. You're kidding, right? I beg your pardon. Surely you've been wanting to offload this entire thing onto somebody for years. I mean, keeping all this pent up for so long and all. You must have been dying to tell You must have been dying to tell anybody who'd listen. Mr. Hyde. I admit it. You're right. I've been languishing in my guilt for what seemed like an eternity. I just couldn't see it through to the end. I know I made the decision by myself, but I just wanted to put my love for another ahead of my own feelings. I never thought doing so could lead to this much turmoil. It's true. I've been feeling like this for quite some time now. I desperately wanted someone I could sit down and talk to. Oh god. It's been so horrible! As I stare at Megs crying her eyes out, I think to myself, there must be so many people around the world forced to keep burdens on their own. And one thing's for sure, I'm one of them. Knowing the truth behind my dad's death, and uncovering the hidden deeds behind it, it still doesn't go far to erase the unbearable things I've had going around my mind. I understand the pain she's feeling. I really do. Now she's in front of me in tears, after telling me everything. Spending all that time keeping an unbearable truth to herself. The more she cries, the easier the burden will become, though it'll never truly disappear. I suppose the least I can do is wait quietly here until she's done crying. Mrs. Patras, if you stay there that much longer, you're gonna catch your death. Here, I'll help you up. Thank you. But I'm fine, Mr. Hyde. I can stand on my own. I have never needed anybody's help, and I have no intention of changing that now. Max stands up, and I notice that there are no longer any tears in her eyes. Her eyes are now fixed on the light bursting forth from the lighthouse. We just stand and stare. Silently, we gaze up at the lighthouse. Soon we'll be leaving this lighthouse behind forever. I wonder if I'll be okay without it to guide me through the darkness. Max continues to mutter things to herself. I'm unable to respond. I just continue staring up at the lighthouse without saying a word. Damn. Even though Max has left the roof, I'm still standing around here. I don't feel like dragging myself back to my room. I decide to take one last trip to the 4th floor. I enter room 406 and open the curtains. I brush aside the dust that's covering the window and peer outside. Through the dirty window, I observe the scene beyond. It's the cold, damp view I'm so accustomed to seeing. A picturesque city at night. I never thought I'd see the last view my dad ever laid eyes on. But of course, what my dad saw must have been slightly different. 25 years has passed. 25 years have passed since my dad was killed. I'm now the age he was then, standing in the same room and looking out the same window. What did he see when he stared out through it? What was he expecting to see? I may have uncovered what happened then, but I'll never know what he was thinking. There was one thing I know for certain, though. He was standing by this window because he made a choice. A choice which was made with me and Mom in mind. I closed the curtains and let the memory of my dad rest at last. It's my phone. I reach out from beneath the covers of my bed and make a move to grab the receiver. Hello? Morning, Kyle. Hey. I got a call from Ed last night. He told me everything. Seems to be keeping things from me. He what? It's not like that. I wasn't keeping anything from you. Then why didn't you just tell me yourself? I mean, going to hospital is pretty serious and all. Oh, right. That. What else would it be? Is there something else you're not telling me? No, of course not. I don't feel it's the right time to let Mom know about the truth behind Dad's death. I guess I can't put it off forever, though. It told me something nice, too, though. He said you're not the good-for-nothing you used to be. What's that supposed to mean? Relax. It's just his way of paying you a compliment. Besides, I was really happy to hear him say it. Listen, Mom. Yes? You remember the chat we had a couple days ago? The one about why you and Dad were together? Yes, I remember. Well, I've been doing some thinking since then about Dad. If I can put his crimes to the past, I'd to come and visit you. Maybe then you could tell me some more about him. I'd be happy to, Kyle. Boy, that's gonna be a lot to talk about. I turn on the tap, splash some water on my face, and throw on some clothes. Time to give Rachel a call. Red Crown, how may I help you? It's me. Morning, handsome. I'm done with that order. And you found the item? Yeah, that and the truth from 25 years ago. Should I pass you over to Ed? No need. I'll probably come into the office later anyway. Best give Ed a heads up first, though. Will do. So, guess I'll see you then. I'll be waiting, Kyle. Before I do anything else, I better fill Frank in on what happened yesterday. Ah, straight away, too. Mr. Hyde. Frank, what did you find out in the end? Did you manage to uncover anything significant? Yeah, you could say that. That's why I'm here, actually. Please, tell me what you know. I gained access to the hidden chamber Condor used for their secret sales. Hidden chamber? That's what I said. Seems there's been a secret room here ever since the place was a hotel. Wasn't easy to find, though. The only way to get in was via a secret hatch in the elevator. I'm stunned. So you actually entered this chamber? Damn right I did. And not just that, I found some pretty interesting things there. They should be just what you've been looking for. What? Here. Mr. Hyde, this be? It's a ledger containing all the details of the jewel sales that Condor made. I believe this pretty much covers what you've been trying to find, am I right? I'm a goddamn miracle worker. And these... what you have there is a picture showing Hugh Speck together with Condor and an LAPD police badge. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this should provide you with enough evidence to nail Speck. Mr. Hyde. Thank you. What's wrong? I'm sorry. Please understand how emotional this is for me. I've hoped for this day for such a long time now. It's been quite a wait. It's not been 84 years. Mr. Hyde. Thanks to your efforts, I now have all the proof I need to take that man down. The rest, you could safely leave to me. Break a leg. Just one thing though, Frank. What is it? Once you've blown the whistle on Speck, what do you do next? Where are you gonna go after this? But where did this old man might have nowhere to go? Please don't trouble yourself with such worries. I've got no wish to throw myself into the care of my children. In fact, after Hugh Speck's wrongdoing has been exposed to the world, I intend to move to Idaho and live out my days there. Idaho? Yes. A colleague of mine from the force has a farm there. He's been telling me for years to come down and visit. It's about time I look him up on it. Sounds like you're all set. Let's make a deal then. I give you the proof you've been after? And you promise to send me some of the potatoes you're gonna grow down there. Deal. I'll be sure to send some your way. Nice. Now, I must be going. That ties that one up. And I better think about visiting an estate agency before heading to the office. If I recall correctly, I'm actually able to talk to everyone else here. Good morning, Mr. Hyde. When are you leaving this place, Charles? I'll be going on the 29th. I see. Do you have any plans to go back to France? Not yet. What? I want to stay here in LA and study some more. I'm going to try and convince my grandfather to let me stay for one more year. You think you can get him on board? Well, if I can. I intend to work and pay my own tuition fees. No more allowances from him. Sounds like a plan. Doesn't sound like it's going to be easy, but knowing you, you'll find a way. I hope so. Anyway, see you later. It's closure. He ain't here. Why would he be here? Was there? It's me, Kyle. Oh, Hyde. Sorry, man, but I'm about to go out. I see. No answer. Looks like Betty's not at home. Looks like Mary's kept her part of the bargain and headed to the station. Mr. Hyde! Huh? Good morning, Mr. Hyde! What's up? You seem chirpier than usual. If that's possible. Can you guess? Come on, tell me what's up. My mom's here! She's chatting with Dad right now. Is that so? Yes! And what's more, they seem to be getting along really well. I don't want to jinx it, but this could be their second chance. Well, let's hope your luck's in. I gotta thank you for this, Mr. Hyde. Me? What did I do? Well, you and Dad talked about it, didn't you? You told them you families actually managed to get back together. That there are lots that really want to, but simply can't. Yeah, that sounds like the kind of thing I'd say. Claire? Hmm? Dad. Well, hey there, Mr. Hyde. Hi, Sydney. Dad? Where's Mom? It's no use, Claire. I don't think I could handle it on my own. I run out of things to say when it's just the two of us. Dad, Mom's not expecting the world, you know? Just be yourself. Claire, just take it slowly. Try not to get flustered. Don't try to rush through it. Enjoy the time you have together. Claire. Anyway, I've got to get back to the cafe. You better think about heading back too, unless you want to keep Mom waiting. Yeah, fair enough. See you later, Mr. Hyde. Yeah, bye. Claire walks back into the cafe. This whole thing isn't as easy as it looks. Sydney, I think you better do what Claire says. After all, these things take time. You're supposed to write. I'll give it my best shot. Dad! Guess that's my cue. Speak to you later, Mr. Hyde. It is in my inventory, look at that. Yo, Hyde! Huh? Word up, home slice! Goddamn. What's up with you? Carrying your guitar around with you at this time in the morning? Got me a job. No kidding. A job? It's okay, Hyde. You don't have to get so emotional. I've got a gig. The venue's a bit small, but they picked up my act after hearing my song on the radio. I've been signed up to play from today for a whole week, you know. That's great, man. Good for you. There's just one tiny little hitch. You want me to play them something totally new on the last day, which is cool and all, but I don't have any new material. I've been going over it in my head, but I'm coming up with zilch. Cut the crap, stop worrying about it and just do it. What? I'm pretty sure that if you put your mind to it, you can write something new. You know how tough life can get. You've got a nice girl. You've even been knocked out. Surely you've got no end of subject matter to work with. You know what? You're right. Guess I better give it a shot. How are you feeling after last night anyway? A lot better now. No sleep spray's gonna keep me down. How about you? How'd the treasure hunt go? Treasure hunt? I'm finished with that now. Yeah? You done? Turns out the information wasn't entirely truthful. Oh, you're gonna lie to him now, huh? What do you mean? It was all devised by some shady types to get us to play their game. So you were taken up by those same shady characters? Right. That's why I decided to get out while I still could. Better not to pry into it. Damn, that's serious stuff. So I guess all our dreams about becoming stinking rich have gone up in smoke, huh? Yes, they have. Oh yeah, Hyde. I'm gonna be recording my demo tape tomorrow. So you've got yourself a studio? Sure did. That 1,000 you gave me was plenty to set up a real sweet place. Let's hear it. You and me both. And once I've got my sound recorded on the demo tape, the sky's the limit. One step closer to your dream, I suppose. Hyde, I just want you to know, as soon as I've got the cash, I'm gonna pay you back. Every last penny. Yeah? Well, I'll believe it when I see it. Cut me some slack, man. I'm being serious here. Oh. Hello, Mr. Wolf. Long time no see. I trust you are well? Yeah, I'm doing okay. Your timing's perfect, actually. I was hoping to ask you something. What is it? Regarding your rent. I was just curious to hear when you'll be settling the total amount you still owe me. I'm sorry about that, but it's cool, because I'm going to pay it all off soon. I got some work that's going to be bringing in the cash. So don't you worry. You'll get your rent soon enough. I see. You seem quite confident about it. I'm prepared to take you at your word. Please come and see me once you're in a position to settle your debt. Thanks, Mrs. Patras. Hey, Tony, aren't you supposed to be somewhere? Damn, you're right. I got a split. Wish me luck. Ah, he's gonna knock him dead. He's somewhat different from before, wouldn't you say? He is? He managed to look me in the eye and tell me straight. Much more confident. I feel a lot more inclined to believe what he says when his attitude is like that. I wonder what brought on this sudden change. You're not so different yourself, you know. What? Well, like you, he's been weighted under by problems and couldn't get any help. Now he's overcome that, and you've seen the results. I see your point. Mrs. Patras, what are you going to do with yourself after you leave this place? I must confess, I haven't really given that matter much thought. But now you mention it, maybe it's about time I did. Part of me just wants to get out of here, maybe on a cruise. Somewhere with a lighthouse to guide us at night. What do you think, Mr. Hyde? Maybe you'd care to join me? I think I'll give it a miss. I'm not really one for long drawn-out cruises. Aww. I would have joined her on that offer. I see. Well, that's probably for the best. Especially seeing as you have more pressing matters to attend to. Meaning? Well, like buying a new place to live for once. It's only you and Mr. Wolf who are yet to decide on a place. Maybe it is time I gotta move on. I'd really appreciate it if you did. There's still a lot on my plate to take care of, with having you to worry about. Though I'm sure you'll appreciate that more than the others would. Yeah. Anyway, you must be going, Mr. Hyde. Mags returns to her room. Okay then. Time for me to head out too. Oh, this is all automated. My pager. Take it easy, what's the hurry? Be there as soon as I can, Rachel. He just deposited the Scarlet Star in there, didn't he? Ah, man, I would actually say this game is better than the first one. I mean, this game is a little more personal for Kyle. For starters. Oh, and I like the credits, too. It's almost like this is an old movie or something. God, it's kind of criminal that we never got a third. Seeing one bankrupt after this. To think, I'm sure it would have been easy to assume that he was the villain for the most part of the game, but no. And I hope he and his ex-wife get back together. He almost died. Or came close to, I guess. I don't know. Oh, no last name? Heh, not Will White. Will McGrath. I basically just gave him his retirement plan. "25 years, huh? By the way, even though there isn't a third title in this in this series. Would have been nice if there was, though. The producer of these two games, he did make a 3DS eShop title called Chase Invest, something like that. I hear it's not very long, but it's worth giving it a shot. I mean, it's only like $6 on the eShop. I'll probably get that game and livestream it one day. Not someday soon, but I might as well pick it up as soon as possible. Nile and Condor, they're one and the same. I mean, it is kind of a shame that we never got a third title. I'm sure a lot of people would have thought that it would have been like, Nile's gonna get taken down somehow. Where would the setting be, though? Would be the people behind Nile. Never know, I guess. Oh. That still hurts to read. The final results of the election are now in. LA's new mayor is John Taylor. Born and bred in the locality, this man's steady campaign has won him the position. He shares a firm handshake with his running opponent, Hugh Speck. Speck, the runner-up of the campaign, had this to say. Regardless of the outcome, I will continue to represent the good of the people. We apologize for the interruption, but breaking news has just come in. The Museum of Natural History has received an anonymous donation. The donation consists of a large, pristine diamond. The diamond itself is a well-known jewel, the famous Scarlet Star. It was stolen from the French jeweler Charnay 25 years ago in Los Angeles. Experts examining the diamond recognized it as a Scarlet Star right away. Due to its distinctive appearance, it is an absolutely priceless stone. I repeat. The Museum of Natural History has received an anonymous donation. Speck's gonna get redded out too. I could have sworn I remember seeing a scene of Mary fleeing with Rex Foster. Ah, might be here. Well, I've got time to kill, so... Never heard that theme, thankfully. Can I not speed through this? Ah, okay, there we go. There we go. I already know this part, but I'm pretty sure there's more to this. Weird, I remember more to this. Nah. I gotta get ready to do Postmates now. I'll have to look into this later. I mean, it's just telling you information that you should already know, but I do remember there being... I distinctly remember somewhere in that novel, it was actually information about the epilogue of what happened to Dylan. If I recall correctly, I think he was like drunk at a bar or something, like still mulling it over. We never really hear his response back, but I think that's one thing. I don't remember if there was anything else about Mary or something. I might have to look into it on a walkthrough or something. But yeah, this is basically it for the last window, Secret of Cape West. Damn shame we never got a third title into this franchise, huh? This thing went bankrupt after this. Ah, but it was still a damn good story overall, huh? Everyone's got secrets. All got closure about what happened to his father. Niall's still around, though. Alright. Tomorrow I plan on live streaming some Xenoblade Chronicles. And on Tuesday, I guess I'll live stream some Fall Guys, because, you know, it launches Tuesday. Free for PS Plus users. It'll be fun to try out. I definitely want to give it a try, because, well, for starters, it's free for PS Plus users. Of course I should try it for free. Though I'm pretty sure there's like a season pass or something. Unlock all the little goodies and stuff. We'll see. I definitely want to give it a try, though. That being said, this is the Video Game Maniac signing off. Thank you so much, Luna994, Mr. Flapper, Blind House, and Bing Gamer. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.